Welcome! This tutorial will show you how to configure Reaper to host the Octogris2 plugin and therefore spatialize multi-channel sound sources on a variable set of speakers. This tutorial assumes that you have Reaper installed on your computer and that you have properly configured your sound card in the preferences. Let's start by opening Reaper. The first step is to configure the master track. Let's focus our attention on the track send section. Let's configure the output so that it corresponds to your speaker setup. When you click on an empty send, a dialog window pops up. In this dialog, you first need to define the number of outputs of your sound system by selecting the number of channels. This is done through this drop-down menu. In the current example, I will select 8 as I want to spatialize my sounds on an octophonic system. This choice will be dependent on the sound system you work with. For a quadraphonic system, choose 4. In the audio hardware outputs section, the default configuration must be changed to the desired number of channels. By default, Reaper is loaded with a stereo send to the first 2 outputs of your sound card. This default should first be deleted by clicking the delete button. Now, select the audio hardware outputs of your sound card where you want to route the signal. Select the first physical output you want to assign. Then, using this drop-down menu, go to Multi-Channel Sources, 8-Channel, and select Channel 1 to 8. Note that if your speakers are not connected to consecutive physical outputs, it is possible to independently assign each individual channel to a physical output through this menu. One at a time, define the channels you want to send to the physical outputs of your sound card. Now, let's look at how individual tracks need to be configured in order to route our signal to the master output recently configured. Let's create a track. We'll open the I/O panel of the concerned track. Let's change the number of track channels to 8. Please make sure that those 8 channels are routed to the correct buses. You are ready to load an Octogris2 plugin on this track. Please note that with Reaper, the spatialization format has to be defined within the Octogris2 interface. With other host applications, Octogris2 is capable of automatically recognizing the format and number of channels of a track, but it is not possible to do so in Reaper, as the format of a track is much less restrictive. When you first load Octogris2 on a track, you then have to go in the settings panel of Octogris2 and define which spatialization format you want to use. You are now ready to use Octogris2 on a single track. To configure another track in Reaper, please repeat steps 2 and 3. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Please visit our YouTube channel for more information on the Octogris2 plugin.